Oh, I need to stand up so that I.
Sao hãy nói lên thử nghe.
Có gì?
Nói đi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I try to struggle with the presentation as usual. My name is Jani Vaalima, and like I said, good afternoon, or actually evening, as I suspect that everyone, or most everyone, will have. It's 4 p.m. in Finland, and time for our Finest Future webinar. It's been a few weeks since from the last one. And we'll do a little introduction in the beginning, and then we'll jump into what's happening in the next 45 or 60 minutes. So my name is Jani Vaalima. I'm the head of sales and marketing here at Find the Future. And with us, we have our teacher, Pihla. Everyone should, yeah,
Hi, everyone.
that's great. I was waiting for the hello. And our guest speaker, our student, Kioth.
Hello, everyone.
And then, of course, our Amy, student recruitment.
I'm working in the student recruitment department. So if you have any questions, you come with me, okay?
And Tammy, who manages all the backend stuff regarding the webinar.
Hello, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah. So, like Amy said, if you have questions, write them down in the chat or on the paper. So, because in the last segment of the webinar, you will get answers to your questions, hopefully. And by hopefully, I mean that if there's time enough. So this is roughly the outline, and I will give you a brief introduction into Finest Future, and then I will jump into Finland and how important it is to actually learn the language when you're living in Finland. And then Pihla is going to take control, and we can have teachers' view into learning Finnish. And of course, we have our special guest, Kiath, who will give also experience about what has been like in Finland to study the language and live here, because he lives in Finland and he will tell a bit more about that one. Then the meat of the thing, Q&A session with a little discount information also regarding our stuff there. So here we go. Finest Future. What Finest Future does? Well, basically, Finest Future enables everyone around the world to have their own finest future or start their own finest future in Finland. And this happens through learning the language with us. And because you are learning the language with Finest Future, you are also able to start studying in Finland in Finnish schools. After passing the interviews, of course, with them, you can study here tuition free, which of course is also one of the important things that everyone is interested about. So we are building, Finnish Future is building Finland to prepare to remain one of the leading countries in many forms in the global competition, but also like internally having our businesses running, and for that we need new people, new blood, so to say, but also new ideas. One of the core tenets of Finnish Future is entrepreneurship, and this is that we clearly support also our students like going forward and building their own Finnish Future. So I kind of like said what we do here, but for the previous slide, we were like Finest Future was established by entrepreneurs. Our founders live in Finland and Vietnam, and Peter, of course, famous from Angry Birds, and Rovio, he is all around the world, always opening new countries and bringing new people into the Finest Future fold. So that is sort of like the core how Finest Future began. Why Finland? Well, that is a good question. Not many people know even in the world that where Finland is. It's in the Europe. It's northern parts, Nordics, now right next to our neighbor Sweden. And one of the some of the reasons to come to Finland or choose Finland as a pathway into your own finest future are here. And these basically are issues that you can take and put to Google or whatever search engine you're using, and you will get like unbiased official studies telling that okay, Finland has the cleanest air in the world. Our waters are most clean. We are like safe, one of the safest countries in the world, and of course, our education is acknowledged globally as one of the best in the world. And what makes our education best is that all the schools are equal in Finland. Basically, Peter always says that, or he asked the question that what is the best school in Finland? The one closest to you, because that is how it is here. And all our programs of study are like on equal level. It doesn't matter where you study, you can study anywhere. That's the great thing. Excuse me. And then, of course, one of the fun things here is that we are the happiest nation in the world 6 times in a row. That means 6 times in 6 years, Finland has been chosen as the happiest nation in the world. So that is telling quite a bit about our country, where we are culturally, and where the people in the country are. So there are a lot of possibilities and freedom and safety and opportunity in Finland. How important it is to learn Finnish while living in Finland. That is the core of the whole webinar. So, of course, tuition free. That is the starting point. You have to learn Finnish or Swedish, which is our second national language, to start studying in Finnish schools. And it usually happens that when you get to a certain level through Finnish Future language programs, you are able to apply into schools in Finland. And after that, you can go to the school and study like 3 or 4 years, however it takes. And what is good, you can also study not only in high school, you can study in vocational school. And surprise, surprise, the Finnish education system also ensures that you can study tuition free into university level too. So there's like you can really go far, and if you look into the Finnish education system, there's basically school for everything. Everything you've seen in movies or TV series, or you want to be a pilot or a mechanic or a biologist or whatever, doctor or like mechanic or whatever, there is a program for it, and there is a path for you for it in Finland. And also, if you think about in the long term, we also like to say that come for the education, stay for life. If you remain in Finland and you learn the language, you are able to apply for the Finnish citizenship. And a lot of people think about practicalities like getting a Finnish passport, because the Finnish passport is one of the most strong in the world. You can travel a lot with the Finnish passport, but it also enables you to remain in the country and build like a future of yourself for yourself in Finland. And yeah, Finnish is a language that is spoken quite a lot in surprising places. And if you go to your, Google world maps, Google Maps or whatever, there are like, even in the US, there are like cities which are called like Suomi, which is like Finland's name in the Finnish language. So that's like a lot of places in the world where the Finns have moved and settled and built cities that which talk Finnish language pretty much in certain region. And the Finnish language does help to get around in Finland. And you shouldn't get disheartened if you start to talk Finnish and the Finnish person might be polite and start, switch into English because they think that you might be easier to have the conversation. But no, the Finns like that you talk Finnish language with them, and they will love to, just to talk with you, and that enables you to learn that much better. And we had like a few webinars back. I think if everyone goes to the internet and digs our old like older videos, there was like what Finnish people are like video. So that was a lot of like good introduction to the Finnish mentality. We are not so far behind the schedule. I will leave everyone for a few moments into the capable hands of Pihla, one of our teachers, and she can tell you specifically what it is to learn the Finnish language. Pihla.
Hello, everyone. Nice to have you all here. As said, my name is Pihla Hyväri. I am the full-time Finnish teacher at Finest Future. I've been here since the very beginning, and I want to share you how to learn Finnish effectively. Let's move on to next slide. Let's talk about the tips and tricks to learn Finnish effectively. Some of these may seem really simple and stupid ones, like why are you telling us these things? But I would say these are the keys to learn the language. You all can buy a book and study the book, but it all starts that you realize how important it is to actually use the language. And that's why I want to talk about it. So first of all, Finnish is a very logical language. And I think that can bring comfort for many people who start to learn the language, because there's always a rule and you can always somehow explain, why do I have to do it like this? Why do I have to say it in this way? And then by learning the rules and learning the examples, you can use the grammar, you can use the language. So just learn the examples for the rules, and then ta-da, you are in a good way. But then talking about the rules, it can be really frustrating. And that's why I want to emphasize that don't get frustrated with the rules. There are many rules in Finnish, but nobody expects you to learn all the rules right away. Nobody expects you to use them correctly right away. We don't even want you to learn them right away. So take your time and just use the language, and you will learn the rules by using the language and speaking. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. And I would say that's the most important tip that I want to share you. Because if you try to be perfect, then actually, in my opinion, you will learn slower. Because if you are trying to be perfect, you really often leave something that, okay, I don't want to say this because I don't know if I'm saying it perfectly. Okay, I don't know if this is perfect, so better not to say it. Don't do that when you're studying Finnish. You will be understood most times, for sure, no matter how is your grammar and how do you say it. Finnish is really forgivable language. So you can just put the words together and people will understand you. If they don't understand you, that doesn't matter either. We can then work it out somehow. So use the language. Don't think that it has to be perfect. And make mistakes. Then you learn. We usually learn the best by making the mistakes. And that's why the key point is also to start to use the language in your daily life since the day one. So right away, when you learn the first word in Finnish, use it as much as you can. Use it every day. And if you are already in our courses, if you are about to join, make the decision that since the day one, I want to speak. I will not be too shy to speak, because that's how you learn. You'll learn by using it in your daily life. Speak with your classmates if you're in our course already, or if you're about to join. And if you have a dog or cat, speak to them. That's what I have been doing always when I'm learning something or when I'm getting ready to do a presentation, I talk to my dog. She will look at me really like, what's going on? But the key point is that I'm speaking aloud, and that helps. And that's how you learn. And then when you go outside, if you know the words tree and flower, say it aloud that, oh, there is a tree. Oh, there is a flower. So it doesn't have to be anything that too complicated or anything too fancy. You start from a really little small things. And that's where we all start. And that's how we get fluent Finnish speakers or any experts in anything. And also when you start to learn Finnish, think about what do you need the most in your life. So use the language and learn the vocabulary that you need in your daily life. Think about what are the most important things for you. What kind of words you use in your daily life. And then make sure that you learn those words. Because once you can talk about your daily life, you also get motivated. You have the feeling that, I got this. I can talk about what I do every day. And then you get more motivated and you want to expand it wider. You want to learn more. That, okay, I want to talk about this and this as well. I want to be able to understand that one too. But it starts from the point that you feel motivated, you feel that, oh, this is fun, I can do it. And once you have the feeling that I can do it, you want to do it more and more. And I think we all have people who share the same interests as we. And that's why I recommend you also to find the people who share the same interests as you. Is it about your hobbies or your life situation or your job or whatever it is? If you are in our courses already, I'm sure that there's someone who likes the same things than you. Why is it important is that at the beginning of your studies, when you learn the most important words to use in your life, then I would say that you also feel more comfortable to talk with them who share the same interests as you. You somehow feel connected with those people. And you also understand what they are talking about. You understand each other because you know the same vocabulary and you want to learn more about what they think about that thing. And that's why I recommend you to find the same people or those people who share the same interests as you. In our courses, I would say that's easy to find because we get to know each other, the students and the teachers at the classes. We want to make sure that we know who we are. So in the class, you can easily find the people. What are your hobbies? What do you do in your free time? And that way you get new friends and you get new ways to speak Finnish with others. And then, as I said, learn the words that you need in your daily life. One way to learn those words is to play different vocabulary games. And remember that there's nothing you can do with the grammar rules or those fancy rules if you don't know the words that you can use. So remember that it all starts by that you have learned the words. And then you learn the rules and you can use the rules with those words. So it's always the most important thing that you study the words and then you study how do I use these words. And even though you would still not know the rules, you can just put together the words that you've been studying. And few fun and good ways to study the vocabulary is, for example, Duolingo, which I think most of you might have heard already. And then Earthlingo, it's a Finest Future game. Tammy already shared the link. I really recommend that one. I have heard that and I have tried it as well. It's super fun. It's not boring just memorizing the words. It's really fun. I recommend you to try it. And then, for example, papunet.net. It's a Finnish website where you can play different games. And it's also in English, so it's easier for you to start. Yeah. So these are my tips and tricks. If later you have any questions, feel free to ask in Q&A part. But now next I would like to share you some videos from my former students who are already studying in Finland in high school. The first one is Thomas, who is Finest Future high school student. So let's hear what he said.
Hi there, my name is Thomas, and some of you Hi there, my name is Thomas, and some of you may know I am a student from Finnish class 22, and I'm here to share my experience about Finnish learning with you guys. So firstly, I think most of you are wondering how did you study Finnish by yourself? So actually, I didn't study Finnish by myself that much, but I think it would be a nice thing for you guys, and I would say important for you guys to spend time learning this complicated language by yourself. So firstly, if you have a group of friends in your Finnish class, I think it would be super nice for you to try to speak to each other in a group for each week, because by that you can learn from your friend's speech, and can also fix the mistake in your friends, and by that is a very special way for you guys to learn as well. And I've always had this thought, it's to learn a language you must use it and apply it to your life as much as you can, which means you have to use it every day in everything you do. So for me, the most significant thing is I wrote diary in Finnish, and nowadays I still do it because I think it's a really great way and useful way to learn to write Finnish language and learn to think about it every time you start to write something. And I also listen to Finnish podcasts or radio daily because I have many things that I can find on the internet now. And basically, if you don't want to listen, you can watch Finnish movies with subtitles, or normal movies with Finnish subtitles, or songs, And basically now I'm living in Finland. It is not properly as great as I've been told, or you've been told to, but I think it really suits me with the peaceful and slow lifestyle. Of course, there will be some downside that you still don't know yet, and I also as well. But everything have downside, and this is still a choice that I will never regret about. So yeah, thank you and good luck for you guys on your Finnish learning journey. Moi moi!
Yeah. Then next we have Julia and
Hi.
Peter.
Hey.
I'm Julia. Hi.
Hey.
I'm Julia.
My name's Peter.
I'm third year student and Peter is second year student, and we are both from Mantan Lukio.
Yep.
So we will tell you about how we learn Finnish and that Finnish is actually an easy language to learn.
Yes. Well, for me, I think what really works for me is reading textbooks and going to classes and listening to teachers. I'm specifically very shy and quite introverted, so I don't talk with a lot of friends. But I do think that communicating and interacting with other friends and especially the young generation, I think that's a very good way to improve your communication skills.
For me, I think speaking with a native person is actually the best way to learn Finnish
Yeah.
because what you learn from the books is like completely different compared to what you actually speak in real life.
Yeah.
So I try my best to speak with my friends in Finnish and I ask them to correct my grammar and accent and other stuff. So what makes my Finnish improve is by actually speaking to my friends in Finnish every day ever since I came here. So I
Yeah.
think speaking is the best way to learn Finnish.
Yeah, and there are obviously other many ways, but those are the ways that really helped us. And we hope you have a great time. We hope you have fun, be actually interested in the language as we did as well. And good luck on your adventure studying Finnish.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Finnish is not difficult.
And then we still have Sally.
Moika Kaki Mount Sally. Hi everyone, I'm Sally. Today I'm here to share with you some tips to learn good Finnish. Even though I'm still learning the language, but here's some tips that I could have like after 1 year learning it. After 2 years, I mean. So, firstly, is make Finnish appear everywhere in your daily life. For example, move your default language in phone or computer to Finnish, and then watch some Finnish videos on YouTube, whatever topic it is. But when you hear the language and then when you hear the normal conversation in Finnish, then you will get used to the language. And then maybe make friends with Finnish people, just like one of my friends when he come here, he got a Finnish girlfriend, so his Finnish skill improved a lot too. So the second tips is to learn vocab through school subjects. For example, when you learn biology, you can learn vocabs about the ecosystem, about the cells, or about plants, so that when you go to school, you can understand whatever teacher says about that subject. So, since I've studied French at school by Finnish, I believe that Finnish structure is a lot more simple than French because everything has its rule. So, good luck to you guys. Kiitos katsomisesta ja moikka!
Ja tähän väliin tulee katsaus tulevaan.
Yeah, that was a little greetings from our students. And next up, we have Kioth talk about Finnish learning experience. So welcome, Kioth.
Hello, everyone. I'm a Vietnamese student who is currently studying and living in Finland. Can you move to the next slide? Thank you, Yanni.
Yeah. Did it move? I guess I need to. Yeah, sorry. I need to stop sharing and do it again because
it's okay.
Is it showing now?
Can you move to the next slide?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Experience in Finland.
First of all, I will talk about my experience in Finland. Overall, I would rate it like 8 out of 10. I just joined a basketball team recently this year in Hämeenlinna. Hämeenlinna is quite a big city near my town, which I'm studying right now. I have started my new hobby, which is producing music. I have made quite a lot of friends at school, and we have had quite a lot of time. So it's not like any rumors that they say Finnish people are really cold or like anything. They're really friendly, but you just need to open up and be a bit more confident about yourself. And I had, well, teachers are really friendly and they will help you in and with any difficulties in schools, and they're really friendly, and sometimes they will ask you how's everything going, and they will take care of you really good at school. Besides from that, in school, I have a lot of fun at school because there's like a few classes or a few events that we would have sports, and usually I'll have it every week. But here's one of my sports video that has been recorded by my friend Sally. Yanni, can you play the video? Yep. Thank you, Yanni. That was dodgeball. It is a sport in PE class. I had really fun, even though the video looked like that, but we really had a lot of fun. And the next video is ice hockey, which is really popular in Finland. Uh, it was really fun. Even I fell a couple of times, but it was really fun. Next we have next slide. Thank you. We have the reasons to move to Finland. First of all, which is the main reason I have chose to move to Finland, is that Finland has the best education in the world. It is really well known over the world for its education. And second of it, it has a spectacular view about nature. Everywhere you can see it, like everywhere, there's all trees or snow in the winter, and the air is really clean, and like you are just surrounded by nature, and I really, really love it. And as Yanni has said earlier, it is the happiest country in the world. So there's nothing really to worry about. And last but not least, the beauty of its language. That's why I started to learn Finnish, which I've never regretted because it was really fun learning Finnish with my favorite teacher, Pika. Can you move to the next slide? Well, despite from how fun it is to learn Finnish, there is always some difficulties in learning it. Well, we all know about the complicated grammar with a lot of cases. Well, it is really complicated, and I attend like class almost every day. So there is a part when I lost the motivation for Finnish and I really can't learn anything at one point. And there's a lot of vocabulary, a really various amount of vocabulary, which is hard and complicated also. But luckily, the next slide will show us how to deal with these difficulties. And here we are. About grammar, even if it's hard and it's complicated, I have found like a website to study grammar. In that website, there is every kind of grammar that you need to know about Finnish. So I usually go there to review or even study news cases in that website. And the links to that website will be sent into the chat a bit after this. But it's basic in every classes that you need to really listen to the teacher and really pay attention to the lessons. I usually capture or screenshot the important slides during online lessons, and just doing that and keep it like it's easy to use. So I have created like a Discord server, which is a social media platform that I invited my classmates in to share the knowledge or as well as the new words, vocabulary, and grammar. Sometimes we can like practice listening or speaking together in the Discord server. But it was really fun and useful for me to learn Finnish. And like my teacher, Bikla, has said, that you need to apply Finnish to your daily life. And it is really, really important that you have to apply it, like say simple sentences like, there's a pen, or like I have a book on the table. It's really important because it will help you understand Finnish more and as well as improve your speaking skills. Can you move to the next slide? And this part, I will leave it to Yanni, and he will. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kiath. It's always fun to have our TE students to talk about the experiences because they are like different things that you take for granted, or like you find these realizations that, like you said about the forest. And when you come into Finland, we find future partners with small towns, basically because the small towns, they are the ones that is suffering from like lack of students. And it can be a bit of like a change coming from a city of million billion people into a city that has like few thousands or 10,000s. So it's like a transformation. But talking to all of our students, they have like found positive things. And because we have like internet everywhere, we can keep in tabs with our friends over like back home and whatever, like other parts of Finland. So it's not a problem. Thank you, Kioth, and thank you, Pihla. You will both stay here, and also Heimi will join us to have some answer some questions. Hopefully, you have a lot of them. Now it's time to type them into the chat or like the question section somewhere in the Zoom. I think there was one, but I would like to end also the webinar with the note that our language courses are not free, even though the tuition and studying in Finnish schools is free after you have the language. And this is basically, there are basically two ways of doing it. And it's either like 12 months online when you are living home, you are going to school back home, or have other applications for helping your family, for instance, or something like that. Or if it's possible for you to come into Finland already and study the language here, you will get like a language bath, really, morning, noon, afternoon. You will interact with our teachers, other students, and you will hear the Finnish language as you go to shops, as you go to like sightseeing in our other cities like Helsinki, our capital, or whatever. And it's a wholesome trip, but it's only I think that you have to think about if you are able to come into Finland and you will be in Finland for 4 months learning the language. And we will give a little discount for the webinar listeners, and you will have time to scan here for register. I will leave this one for one moment here. So don't worry if you don't have like take a screenshot or something like that to get the registration form so that you will receive a discount for our products. But I can also bring this one up when you are talking with Pihla and Kiath or Amy. and of course myself, but I usually talk so much already, so it's better that I leave this one for the actual teachers and our students. And of course Heimi, who is your point of contact for like getting on board with Finest Future. You can do it immediately here now. Q&A. If you have questions, I will leave this one here so we can comfortably go into that and see where we go from there. Where was the question thing?
See one question, Kakio. So far, I know there is spoken language and textbook language. How to solve it based on your experience?
Based on my experience, during the course with Bigla, well, she have taught me a bit of spoken language, which is the basic I need to know. And don't worry, because mostly you will only need the textbook language. They're not really far different for each other, but if you use the textbook language or the spoken language, everyone will still be able to understand both of them. So there's nothing much to worry about them. But if you want to study spoken language, there's a lot of database, or it's not really necessary, but for me, I have studied the spoken language here in Finland after I have arrived to Finland, and I have still been doing okay. So it's nothing much to worried. Thank you.
Thank you. A good question.
Yes, you
Okay.
can speak there. To buy, is that your name? Yes. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Please, you can ask your question. There was one question that the microphone was so bad we couldn't hear. I don't think we could. Someone said hello.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am Zubair Badzai from Afghanistan. Thank you so much for giving this webinar. It was so helpful. I have completed my degree, bachelor degree actually, and a month ago I passed IELTS exam. My question is related to vocational training. Uh, it is my dream to move to Finland for my vocational training. And as a middle class family, I think it is a great opportunity for me because it has no tuition fee. I mean, it is free. I read in the website, the Finest Future website, that in order to get started, I have to contact with an agent in the region. Uh, Unfortunately, there is no region, there is no an agency in my country, in Afghanistan. So I sent an email to one of the agency in another country, and I haven't received the response in a couple of weeks. Can anyone tell me that how I can start the process? Because I passed my IELTS test and I'm totally ready to start learning Finnish.
Thank you for your question. Actually, I can put my email here in the chat box so you can contact me directly because we actually have one agency that covers Afghanistan. Okay? And I will
Okay,
send
okay,
the
thank you. And
information to your email and you can contact them there.
okay, thank you so much. And I have one other question related to this webinar that in order to learn a language, I think vocabulary is always the challenge. And my question is that are there any similarities between English and Finnish? Thank you.
Yeah, I think he was asking about similarities between Finnish and English, and maybe Pihla can give us an
Yes,
educated answer.
Yeah, good question. I would say Finnish do have some loan words from English. basically the new words, but still it is quite different. But of course, when you study the grammar, there are a lot that you can just, that the grammar rules are similar than in English, some basic structures or something, but otherwise it's quite different. But when you speak English, it helps a lot you to learn Finnish as well. But yeah, they are quite different still, I would say.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
yes, we have. Sorry, we have hands up. Tammy or Amy, do you see somewhere the order of the hands,
Yes,
the
yes.
questions?
But yeah, I mute them.
Hi, hello, Jenny, Pila, everyone. So I'm from Vietnam. Parents, okay. I speak on behalf of my boy. He has intention to apply for this secondary school program. Very much concerned about how to learn Finnish language. So assume that he follow the tips and the tricks from the teacher. So sorry, your name Pilar, right? So if and he will follow 12 months class. Do we have any evidence or proven that how many % of students will pass the test, that he can get the right level so that he can apply for the school program? So like I may guess he may a bit confused that he cannot able to meet the Finnish language level in 12 months because he compared what he learned English for more than 10 years. But so how we help him to have a better confidence, yes, for his Finnish language learning. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. I would say we don't count how many % passes, and because that's or we will not say that if you do this, you will get the perfect Finnish skills and you will be fluent Finnish speaker. It is all about the student's motivation. If the student is motivated, if since the day one, if you want to learn, if you're active in class, which is the really important part, that you are active, you do your homework, and if you join 2 classes, if you do everything that is asked to do, and if you're active, then I don't see a reason why you would not get the needed skills. And all the teachers in Finest Future, we want to help the students as well as we can. So the students can contact us in Skype or by email and ask the support, or if there's anything that they are worried about, we are here to help the whole 12 months. So I would not worry about that.
Yeah, very much. Thank you. So, and is there any alternative, any option that let's say he take the 12 months online course here from Vietnam, and later on after 8 months or 10 months, for example, and when he's in the summer time here in Vietnam, and we can send him over there for 2 months, because we do believe that if he spend time and interact directly in Finland, I think that his language can be improved a lot. But now if we send him there for 6 months, I think that it's not a good idea, because he's have to stay here in Vietnam to study, right?
Yeah, the what I mentioned with our two products, which I will bring up here somewhere, it's the Fast, which you are referring to. It's actually 2 months online, which prepares you for the 4 months in Finland, so that you are here studying for 4 months and learning the language. And also importantly, you can visit the schools that which you are like thinking of, like, should I apply into this school or that school? You can visit them, and we will arrange like trips for our students that can go to the schools and meet the teachers and meet, like, see what the school is all about.
Yeah, hi, this is Biplab. I'm from India. Actually, I would like to ask a question that how to register myself in Finnish future, and I would like to go there for my study purpose. So please tell me about how to register myself in Finnish future and what is the procedure
You can
and
use
how
your
much does
phone,
this cost? Is it free or is it paid?
like
And
Yanni.
what types of courses available there?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the last question?
What types of courses are available there?
Um, okay, so I will go like one by one. So like Yanni said, our course, our language course before going to Finland are not free, even though when you got to Finland, you will, if you speak Finnish and you will have that B1.1 certificate of language certificate, you will be able to apply to our partner school to enjoy the free tuition benefit. So our course are not free. We now offering two courses. One is fast and one is fresh. So for the fast, it means that you're gonna learn really fast, just like the name. So you will have 2 months of online classes and then other 4 months of on-site Finnish lessons and on-site application to school. So the fee is on the screen. So the other is fresh. You will have 12 months of online classes, and the last 2 months you will spend on online school application and also visa application in order for you to get to Finland. So again, our language courses are not free and the fees are on the screen. So if you want to register for any of these courses, you can just follow the QR code. Yanni, can you turn the QR code slide? And you can use your phone to scan this one. But if you need, I can also again put the link in the chat, and you can go through that you register to our to our program, and we will contact you ASAP.
Is there any offline courses available?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Offline, is there any offline language courses available?
There's only fast that we offer 4 months offline in Finland. The rest we only offer online courses, online classes. Yes.
Okay, so after once my language courses is complete, then I will join my course. Am I right?
So if you achieve the B1.1 language level, you can use that certificate to apply to the school in Finland. And once you get accepted and you receive the acceptance letter, you can use that to apply for your visa. And you can come to Finland after that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
happy
so
to help.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And we have a hand up from Nguyen Thuong. Hopefully, I didn't say
Yes.
it too wrong.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Vietnamese. So I would like to register for my daughter, who is 12 years old now. So I can register directly with FF, or I register through by the Vietnamese company.
So it depends. We do have agencies all over Vietnam that can help you registering, but you can also register directly through me. We do do registration for direct students.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can scan QR code, and we will have someone from our team contact you ASAP and get your daughter into our program.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have one question that actually I have seen in your Finnish Future website. So like a partnership. Actually, I would like to take a partnership, and actually I have bunch of students who want to study in Finland and who want to study also Finnish language.
Okay, hello. This is Jani. If you can email Heimi, you have Heimi's email address. We can start like to discuss like what's happening and getting the answers. Sorry for this situation, of course, and just to like continue the discussion there. Okay. There's so many questions I've already like dropped out of the loop, but I think we can continue 5 minutes more and go a little bit over time if we have questions. Do we have any hands up? I only see.
Who has their hands up? So I'm gonna ask her to unmute. Okay, so you can go ahead and ask your question. Unmute yourself. Whom are you speaking? Because I cannot hear. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can I speak, please? My question first. Okay,
Okay.
it's maybe not related to the language learning, but okay, can we know why the education we offer free in Finland for those overseas students?
Yeah, good question, because it's not only for overseas students. It's also like Finnish students in Finland who live in Finland. The education, like the elementary education, is free. That is one of the greatness of Finland. Like education is free up to a like certain level, up to university level. So it's not just for international students. Definitely, it's like everyone who's studying in Finland, and if you meet the criteria of doing it in the Finnish language or the Swedish language, that is free, and you can build your own future here.
Yeah, sounds very beautiful. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I understand. I will use one more second to answer this, because when we talk about our like Finland and studying in Finland everywhere, anywhere in the world, people usually ask that how can something this good be free? And that is Finland. That is like the reality in Finland. And you can build whatever future you want in Finland. The country will support it, and you will have like a proper means to go forward. But it's also important to understand that when you come or think about studying in Finland, you have to study with Finnish future to learn the language, to get the benefits of the programs as education in Finland. And it's internationally recognized, the Finnish education level. And one of the things that other like many countries are talking about, how can something this good be free? But this is Finland. We don't know any other way than just offer everyone equal opportunity to build whatever finest future for themselves in Finland. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to hear. Thank you.
Okay, maybe a few more questions. Finspire, Vietnam.
Yeah.
Sorry, I speak over you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, may I have two questions? One question, I see the link of high school, list of high school, and can they, what do you rank? I also know that you have the ranking of high school in Finland, so it is the good high school in the list in your program. That is the first question. Second question is when the student have to learn by Finnish, and then they will take an exam, right, to enter the university in Finnish. So how can we ensure that they master the Finnish language and then can enter the university program? Because it also can happen that they can fail the exam, the entrance exam to university, and they cannot get that benefit.
Yeah. Sorry, Pihla, I will say something here quickly. You can,
Yes,
Pihla
yes,
will
yes.
correct me regarding the schools, but there is not like worse than like best schools in Finland. Everything is like on an equal standing, but also how to ensure our students' success. That is the big question. But fortunately, we are in a place that our students understand that learning the Finnish language is important. They have the opportunity to utilize this possibility with us to learn the language and build their own Finnish future. Nothing comes free. Like everything requires effort in life. Anything worth anything requires effort in life, and that also applies into studying the language. And when you say that students are applying into universities, currently Finnish Future isn't working with directly. We have more than 100 schools as partnered, more than 100 schools as partners in Finland, but these are high schools and vocational schools. And who knows, maybe we will like build cooperation with universities in the future. But your question that when a student has studied through high school or vocational school, they are themselves responsible to upkeep the level of Finnish education, Finnish understanding. And Finnish Future, of course, is happy to help. And we have services that ensure that when you start in Finland the studies, you can still continue to study with Finnish Future. And in that way, make sure that you have the best opportunity to make into the university. And but we don't guarantee anything because students themselves have to use this opportunity to their own best accord. Sorry, long answer. Maybe Pihla can continue.
Is IELTS needed?
Sorry?
I am talking about IELTS. Is IELTS needed for join course?
I'm afraid I didn't quite catch it. Your
Type it in the
question.
chat
Maybe
and
you
we
can
will
type it into the
assist
chat. Or Amy heard it. Good.
Is IELTS needed?
No, we don't
IELTS.
need IELTS. We don't need IELTS in order to join. So in order to join, we will need you to, in order to join our courses, our language courses, we will need you to go through one entrance step that is either an interview or a trial lesson to see if you can keep up with the pace in the class. And then if you're through, we can then register you to our program, either if you choose fresh or fast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I
Alright.
could continue really quickly what Finspire you asked. I also wrote you comment in chat already that, and I think Jani said it perfectly, that we cannot ensure that, okay, if you join here or if you go to Finnish high school, you will get to any universities that you want to. It's all about the students, that how motivated they are and how hard they study, and there are no any criteria that, okay, this is what you have to do to get to any universities. So some high schools already, or it depends where you apply in university. Some universities already take students in based on how well they have done in high school. So it also depends how hard you work in high school. But then for all the students who apply to university, they are all in the same level. So they all have to study hard. They all have to read for the entrance exam. So nobody can ensure that, okay, you will get into university. It's all about the, I would say, again about the motivation and working hard.
And I have one more question. Can student work while they're studying?
Yeah, can student work while they study?
Yeah.
In Finland, you are mainly, when you come here to study, you are not enabled to like work full time, but students can study for a while, for a portion of the week. And if I remember correctly, it's like 30 hours around that time. And it's you can study, and especially like when anyone considers their own like next steps in life, like they study and then they find a job. What Finnish businesses and companies do, they often go into schools and talk like we can offer like practice positions for people, because the companies are also looking for opportunity to get like motivated workers. And while you are studying, it's a fantastic way to get a foot into like companies. But you also have to be active and tell them that you are a student, but you're looking for like a career in this industry, and contact businesses, and most likely you will get like an answer that okay, you send us your application, or they're not looking for like students immediately, but you can still send your application like for an overall process. But it's important that while students cannot work like full day, you put yourself out, you go there, you meet companies, and just like market yourself kind of. Yeah.
You mean that student can work part-time?
Yes, the student
Yeah,
can
when
work
you
part-time up to 30 hours per week.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, usually it's like afternoon work, like something, or during the weekend, because Finnish law ensures that the studies is the main focus for anyone coming to the country to study.
Okay, so
I
how to
think we
apply
have time
myself?
for
How to apply myself in your Finnish future? By website or by mail or something another?
yeah, you can scan the contact Heimi.
Yeah, because I see that you do have a lot of wonderings, a lot of questions. So for further assist, you can just contact me and we will continue our conversation there. I think it's better.
Yeah.
Can I get a contact number or mail ID?
I will bump the email in the chat box again. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
And it's also on the screen, so you can find Heimi's information there, and you can discuss these things. But I think we are running out of time. Do we have a lot of questions, Tammy or Pichla or Heimi? Have you noticed
we
that
do,
we have something?
but I think we do have a lot of questions, but I think if people would like to get further consultation, maybe people should contact to Amy to get the best answer from her.
1 minute, please. Can I have 1 minute, please?
Okay.
Okay, very quickly, very lovely to have your advices and your comments, because we do have a case here. You know, the guy is here. He study now class 9, mean grade 9. So meaning that if he take the Finnish language courses, and if everything goes well, smoothly, so meaning that he able to get the language level, and then he can apply the visa, and then he can fly to Finland. I think around the on January 2025. So there's a case, you know, there's a case. They say, okay, if we fail the language course. So meaning that we cannot get the B1, right? B1 level, something like that. So then here in Vietnam, they are going to go into class 10 here in Vietnam. So meaning that they will spend more time to continue to learn Finnish language until they get to the required level. However, it is recommended here. They said, okay, I want to stop class 10 here in Vietnam. I will spend time. I focus on learning English, Finnish language only. So and then after that, I will go to Finland. But then the risk here. So if the following year he fail again. So would like to hear from your advice and your comments. Yeah. Thank you.
I think you can answer this. So, including in our tuition fee, we don't charge the B1.1 exam. So, no matter like how many retakes that your kid needs, we can still help him and provide him with another and arrange him with another like B1.1 kind of exam for him to achieve that level as soon as possible, so he doesn't have to wait for another year of like studying with us. So another thing, if you're worried about his study and thinking that might not be enough for him to get the B1.1 certificate on time, we also have another study aid called Flex. So while you're still study with our main program called Fresh, the 12-month program, if you're still worried that he might not get all the skills he need in time, we also have Flex as our study aid. So he can also subscribe to that and like join our extra lessons. So to hone his Finnish skills. So here are the options. So I hope this helped. So for further questions, or maybe if you're wondering about our like curriculum and like how we do the student reports here and how we keep track of our students level, you can just email me and I will resolve all of your wonderings and questions.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Good questions, but unfortunately we are running out of time. But do take screen